It's been 20 years since Ferrari had a 1-2 in Melbourne, but it feels like it's almost been 20 years since we didn't see Max Verstappen on the top step of the podium. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Racing here for an early morning review. Yes, it is 5:30 in the UK. The Australian Grand Prix is just finished. Haven't been to bed yet, so the eyes are beginning to malfunction a little bit, just like Max Verstappen on the third lap when he crashed out. But yes, Max Verstappen now, I believe they said the statistic was that Carlos Sainz was the only guy that had stopped Max in the last 20 races. I believe before this race, the last 20 races in F1, it was 19 wins for Max and 1 win for Carlos Sainz. Well, it is now 19 wins for Max and 2 wins for Carlos Sainz in the last 21 races. And this was a very disappointing race for Red Bull, a very disappointing race for Mercedes. But I think probably the most disappointing person, I think, coming out of those two teams would be the guy that actually finished the race, because Sergio Perez, he finished 5th. Max Verstappen out of the race, a chance for him to pick up the win and go top of the Drivers' Championship, and he could only manage 5th place, 56 seconds behind Carlos Sainz. I mean, if that doesn't show that maybe Sergio Perez isn't the guy to be in that Red Bull seat anymore, I don't know what is. It's almost like Perez is declining every season at Red Bull. It seems to be like he's getting worse. We expected him to come in and to be the guy to take it to Max, because, yeah, we know Gasly didn't do it, we know Albon didn't do it, and Perez has been closer than those guys. Yeah, I'm not doubting that, but, I mean, come on. He's just not been good enough for, like, the last, season and a bit. He just doesn't have it, and if Max Verstappen would leave Red Bull or not, I don't think Perez is putting in the performances it deserves to win a world title. So, yeah, I don't know. Speaking of who deserves what, Carlos Sainz will be out of a drive come the end of the season. He certainly doesn't deserve to be. I mean, he won this race from start to finish, really. He did overtake Max early on. Now, looking when Max retired, did that have something to do with it? Possibly. But honestly, once Carlos Sainz got in front of Max and Max was out the race with the DNF, no one was really touching Carlos Sainz. And I know he didn't pull away, he didn't win by a massive gap, but he just felt like he was in control. He felt comfortable. He was on the better strategy compared to Charles Leclerc. He managed to run longer, so he had better tyres in every stint. And for me, Carlos Sainz deserved the win. Great drive, 10 out of 10 drive for me. Driver of the day, 100%. And it's sad that he's going to be out of a race seat. Well, I don't think he'll be. Currently, right now, he's out. I do believe that some team will pick him up. They have to pick him up. But, he could be out of a top team for next season. Obviously, there's going to be a seat at Mercedes. Could Carlos Sainz fit in there? Potentially. But we'll have to wait and see. I understand why Ferrari are taking a chance to sign Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champ. It makes sense for Hamilton, it makes sense for Ferrari, but it's very harsh that Carlos Sainz has been kicked out of that team. Leclerc finished 2nd, Lando Norris 3rd, Piastri 4th. Some team orders between the McLaren guys in that race. I don't think it was very fair, but in the end, Piastri finished 30 seconds behind Lando Norris, so the quicker guy on the day won. And to be honest, Piastri only got in front of Norris because they left Norris out a lot later in the first stint, so probably Norris deserved that podium. Perez finished 5th, Alonso 6th, Stroll 7th, Yuki Tsunoda 8th, and here, shout out to the Haas boys getting 9th and 10th, because at the start of the season, it looked like Haas were going to be absolutely minging. It didn't look like their car was going to be good. I think we expected them to maybe be 19th and 20th for the majority of the races, but today they picked up a double points finish, so yeah, fair play to Haas, good result for them, but nobody beat Carlos Sainz today. And it wasn't the most exciting Australian Grand Prix, but it was nice that Max Verstappen was out, and at least it gave you the illusion that, there could be multiple people with a chance of winning this race. I mean, in the end, Carlos Sainz was comfortable, but when Max first went out, you're thinking, right, well, both Ferraris have got a chance, Lando Norris has got a chance, Sergio Perez should have a chance. So, yeah, when Max retired, it opened up the door for 3 or 4 different people to win this race, but in the end, Carlos Sainz won it. He deserved it, and that is it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Bean Fog Racing. Thanks for watching, and peace.